Hello everybody, good evening. It is I the Beast, and welcome to Storytime with Beast. And by the way, happy August, y'all. Yeah, I am the Walk Forward Penguin, and August is the last month of summer. That is definitely true, so and guess what? Fall's coming up on the way as we speak. So what's tonight's story we're going to be reading? One's Your Beast? Well, this is another living storybook. It is called Peter Pan. It was written by James M. Barrie. So let the story begin. Wendy, John, and Michael Darling loved to listen to tales of a make-believe land where all sorts of things could happen. One night, after Mother Darling had read them a story, kissed them all good night, tucked them into bed, and then suddenly appeared at the nursery window a little boy dressed in green and a tiny fairy with spangled wings. "My name is Peter Pan," he announced. "How would you like to go to Neverland with me? We could tell stories all day long and never grow up." And this story came out in 1963 when it was published. Yeah, I like to read stories. And I've seen the Disney version of Peter Pan. That's really good. Yeah, they made a lot of adaptations of the Peter Pan stories, like Peter Pan and Wendy and all that stuff. Pan and Hook. Some good movies to check out. So anyway, let's continue the story. The Darlings thought this was an exciting idea, but Wendy asked, "How can we? We don't know how to fly." "No trouble at all," Peter Pan assured him. "Tinkerbell just sprinkles you with fairy dust." In an instant, they found themselves gaily floating up to the ceiling. "Just follow me," said Peter Pan, as he disappeared into the starry night. Second hand to the left and straight on till morning. High over the leaping rooftops, they flew until they came to Neverland. Michael and John liked to play in the forest where the friendly Indians lived. Peter Pan taught them how to recognize their signal, a low and high note. "But you must watch out for the one-handed Captain Hook, the pirates' chief," he warned. They didn't know it for a minute. But at the very minute, Captain Hook himself was hiding behind a tree, listening carefully to every single word. This Captain Hook don't have a beard. Yeah, he shaved. As the crafty pirate considered how he could kidnap the visitors, he heard a tick-tock, and off he ran as fast as he could, pursued by a crocodile with a clock inside. Long ago, it had bitten off his hand. Captain Hook saw the hungry look in its eye and thought he had better keep well out of reach of its snapping jaws. That's why they never smile at a crocodile. That's so true. Peter Pan's little treehouse had a stump for a table and a soft toadstool for chairs. "Oh, Peter," cried Wendy, "how cozy this could be." In no time at all, she had swept the floors and set the table, and settled down to mend all the Dorn's tablets. "Just what I've always wanted," sighed Peter, "a mother to take care of me." He told him many wonders of Neverland, but he also liked to listen to Wendy when she told him a story while she sewed. That night, however, Captain Hook and his pirate band made their way to Peter Pan's treehouse. He gave the secret list a low and a high note, and Wendy and her brother thought they could see what the Indians wanted and not wake Peter Pan, who was fast asleep. At once the pirates seized all three children and carried them back to the ship. Fortunately, they did not notice tiny Tinkerbell, who had awakened Peter and told them what happened. Well, good for Tinkerbell. Flying to the rescue of his friends, Peter alighted on the prow of the ship just as the pirates were about to make the children walk the plank into the sea. "Not so fast," cried Peter Pan to surprise Captain Hook, and the two swords in the hand fought back and forth. Suddenly, with a cry of despair, the defeated pirate captain tumbled over the side into the jaws of the ticking crocodile. Wah, wah, wah. That sucks. Poor Captain Hook. After this narrow escape, Wendy and his brothers began to feel a little homesick. They missed their mother and father, and their dog, Nana, who was their nursemaid. "Oh, Peter," pleaded Wendy, "why not come home and live with us?" He thought for a moment of how comfortable Wendy had made his little treehouse, but then Peter decided, "I would have to grow up, and I always wanted to be a little boy." Sadly, he took him back to the nursery. As Peter flew off to Neverland again with Tinkerbell, Wendy called out softly, "Come back next spring for me, won't you?" And she believed with all her heart he would. And that is the end of this story of Peter Pan. That was a great story. It sure was. So if y'all have any more information about this delightful book, just leave us a comment on the video. I will respond to all your comments as soon as possible. Remember to keep subscribing as for more videos coming up on the way. And we will see you on my next episode on Storytime with the Beast. For now, this is the Beast saying have a good night, sweet dreams, and stay warm tonight. I will see you next time. Good night. Bye-bye, everybody.